what are some of the most underestimated strategies in BTD6? Today, I'm here to show you some of my favorites. First of all, we've got Leah Prime. So just get started in any way you can with any towers you need to, because Leah's a little too expensive to actually get going in here. When you get the money, pop down Leah somewhere in the frontish of the map, and just leave her kind of in this corner here, and eventually put her on the cluster cannon. Cluster cannon, grenades, same thing, bro. It definitely seems cluster cannon-y, I think. And you get the money, buy a heli, and just make sure it is next to Rosalia here, or Leah. Can't say her name right. Next to Leah here, and you can just pop them on lock and place or follow mouse, whatever you're feeling. Some camera detection. You know, I'm a big fan of the Spike Factory if possible, so we're gonna pop that puppy down. When Leah hits level 6, it's time. Aircraft efficiency. Monkey aces and helipods near the workshop have all upgrades cost reduced, so it's not extreme, but it is a big diff. So we're gonna go for a quick Razor Rotors heli, and we're gonna go for the faster darts and faster firing here. We just need to make sure we have enough cam detection after round 33, so we're gonna start with our village next. When you get that money, get the radar scanner. Now Leah's got cam detection and our heli that's super fast shooting and super cheap as cam detection as well, and this is where the strategy really unfolds here. The Moab's not difficult, but you may need to use your abilities here and there. I mean, Leah's specific missile upgrade here is pretty rock solid, so use that thing. But you can also jetpack around whenever you're feeling like it to just get some extra popping power. And we've already got 5 grand saved up. Now you may need to support your defense a little bit by getting something going. Elking your heli pilot or whatever you need to make sure it's going to go down here. But today, it's time. Apache Dart Ship is up at a super cheap price here. Heck yeah. We've got another 20k saved up, so if you really need it, you can like pop something down like an Elk, or maybe if you're feeling feisty, you can go for a second Apache Dart Ship. But at this point, usually, I'm going to start saving up for that Apache Prime, which is only $20,000 away. 63 is often a really tricky round, but Apache Dart Ship absolutely slops on these things. Yes, slops is the word that we just used there. And I feel sloppy right now for talking about my sloppiness. Alright, we're still rocking it, actually. Like, pretty easily. Overall, I mean, these are the toughest balloons we've fought so far, but even the Apache Dart Ship can handle those things. Holy crap, we're almost there. Well, that's definitely interesting. We just got an Apache Prime on round 74. Leah Prime, baby, it's officially here. Now, how ownage sauce is this thing? Well, pretty gosh darn awesome, to say the least. Well, this is officially 80 plus, and as you can tell, things are going pretty well at this point. I mean, things are just getting smacked down here at round 82, so heck yeah. Got a lot of money. What are we gonna do with it all? Well, you do technically have some weaknesses here. We aren't the greatest DDT popper, and we aren't that great against popping the bad, so we want to find a tower that pops both of those things, and there's one that does a really good job of this. This is the middle path sub. We can go for a preemptive strike here. We can go for the longer range and advance intel if we want to, but it really doesn't matter too much. And now every single big balloon that comes in will get hurt pretty bad. DDTs will basically get smoked all the way down to nothing, and the bad balloon we can use the first strike ability on to make it basically stupid easy. So this is it, man. I mean, we can add some more stuff here if we want to, but this is really all you're going to need to make this strategy happen. Check out the DTs, by the way. Bip, bop, boop, dead. Round 95 is another round that's usually pretty painful, but with this guy, I mean, look at this thing, man. Oh my goodness, it looks delicious to watch. I really enjoy this, man. Gotta admit, I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, dang. This purple button looks beautiful. Let's click it. Oh my god, look at these 3 letters over here. They look so beautiful. Submit, thank you. All right. Now, if you are playing on a fairly difficult map, there's a couple things you can do. You definitely want to just buff them a little bit. So buff your towers. I mean, there's a couple easy ways to do it. Elk's probably the easiest way to do it. So if you're ever getting tight on total pop power, go for a quick Elk here. If you need any extra help, the best thing to do is probably go for a tower to power up your current towers here. So we can go for a quick overclock here and overclock things, or just make sure we're using our abilities that we already have properly, like Leah's abilities and or first strikes and anything else that you need to make sure that you're going to help yourself out with. When it comes to 99, it's still going to be difficult even with the preemptive strikes, so you can either get a MIB and make sure you buff your towers here a little bit, or go for something a little bit fancier that's going to help against the bad as well. But when you're ready, make sure you're using your first strike on the bad here, use all of your abilities as fast as you possibly can, and don't forget about using Leah's ability as well to increase all of that extra damage. DDTs can technically be a little bit tricky here if you don't have the MIB going, but it should be easy enough for you. And there it is. A nice, easy win with Leah Prime. Next up, we got the Bads Accelerator Bonanza. This is a bit of a weirder strategy. It's going to involve the top path Dartling gun mixed with a bunch of bottom path Dartling guns. And it's not going to be the only way that you can play the game, but it's definitely going to be one of the most fun ways to play the game. Definitely make sure you play it on maps where you have more of a straight line, and it definitely works a little bit better on the easier maps, admittedly, but you can still use it on the fairly difficult maps if you want to until you get super late game. So we're going to go for a laser shock fairly quickly. We're going to go for the faster barrel spin as well, so we can hit more balloons, and we're going to let Quincy start off by killing as much as he possibly can. Now, we are going to be using elks today. I don't want to say super frequently, but basically every single tower is probably going to get elk here, so don't feel bad if you want to throw an elk down on a Quincy here fairly early on, so we get that extra bonus damage for the rest of the game. For now, this also gives us our lead popping power, so that's kind of helpful as well. Elk doing leads is quite nice here. And then finally, we get the Quincy buff. It's about that time we're going to laser cannon. So this guy's only real weakness is obviously purples and leads. I don't want to say major issues here, but they are a weakness that Quincy takes care of. So when we're ready, though, we can go for our stronger stim, our stronger acid, and eventually the perishing potions. And then the Moab should actually be pretty easy here. Oh, look at this easy peasy Moab. Don't even have to micro for it, bro. You can call me the Pillsbury Dobro. Get it? When you're ready, it's time. Get that plasma accelerator. It's expensive, don't get me wrong, but it is very, very, very powerful here. The only problem is to lock him in place. It's kind of difficult. You have to actually press the lock button and then aim him in the very front here. But then if you got straight lines, again, it's unbelievably powerful, and it's time for our second Dartling gun. So we're going to put the second Dartling gun right next to our elk, and we're going to upgrade to the bottom path here. So we're just going to lock him in place at the very front. We're going to go for a bottom path buckshot. We're going to go for the middle path combo for pretty much everybody, mostly because of not the cam detection, but the faster barrel spin. And then we're ready, we're going to go for that Bads combo. And this is really where it's all at. I think people underestimate this combo for sure. But the issue is that plasma accelerators are amazing up until round 80, but then after round 80, they start to lose their buzz a little bit, where these guys are kind of okay against balloons up to round 80, but then after round 80, get pretty dominant. So that's why the Bads combo is really fun. Here's the most fun part, though. Obviously, we've had to sort of aim a little bit so far. We can finally say, no more! We've got the Bads ready, and he can be put on target independent, so we can shoot whatever he wants whenever he feels like it. In addition, probably about that time, let's go for that nice village right here. Let's get the junk drums on him as well, get all those buffs flowing. Guess what? It's money day! Free money! We just get to look at all of our money, our giant pile here. We could swim in it like Scrooge McDuck, or we could, you know, invest it into index funds and hopefully make more money in the long term. Oh, no, there's no banana. Okay. Or, you know, we could just build some more crap. Like, you know, another bad. Let's get another bat over here. Let's get that middle path combo, and again, leave him on that target independent. You can see the quickness of our destruction right now. It's going quite well. Moabs come in. Plasma Accelerator deletes them. These guys shoot ceramics backwards and also send them into deletion mode. So, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty... Oh, dang. Hammer Balloon's actually getting a little far here. My Strats kind of falling apart, I guess. Or not. Once we get to 80 plus, can we keep up the domination? It's usually a deciding factor. Does it randomly get way, way, way more difficult when we get super ceramics coming out? And seemingly, it is not the case. 80, 81, 82, 83 are going to be pretty simple rounds for us. But of course, it will not last forever. So what is our next step? Great question, Chris. What is our next step? Well, the DDTs are going to be a problem, so maybe we should do something about that, like get a perma-brew! Now we can perma-brew Quincy, we can perma-brew our Bads, and get DDT popping power in the process, making this just a rock-solid strategy. It's kind of weird, though, to get a perma-brew, to be honest, but it's kind of cool, too. Around 95, it looks like a delicious dream cake. Oh, maybe not dream cake-ish too much, but still pretty solid. Now, I'm not sure what you want to use at this point to really help yourself out, but feel free to explore whatever you're feeling at that exact moment here. I mean, you could go for, you know, ball lightnings or whatever, but you may need to use some abilities here and there to really finish up this strategy, right? And looks good. Round 98 is even going to go down for us, no problem. 20 grand left over. Quincy just reached level 99 as well, which is even more awesome. Yay, thank you, Quincy. And we finally finish up the bad kill. And unexpectedly, a lot of strategy. Yeah! Go, Bad, go! Die for me, please! Yes! Woo! We did it, and we get an Insta-Monkey Banana Farm. And lastly, we've got Boom Goes the Dynamo. So this one's pretty simple. You can just get going however you need to get going and eventually get a mortar. This is going to work really well on maps that you have some sort of slightly middle-ish location where you can just kind of drop somebody and blow things up that doesn't have a lot of spots to put towers around it. So for example, this map is perfect. So we can pop 1, 2, maybe 3 towers around here that can actually hit over here, but it's difficult to get anywhere to actually like make things work unless you have specifically a tower that can hit through walls or whatnot. So that's where the mortars come in. They can shoot over the walls, no problem. Of course, we're going to combine that with our friendly neighborhood Striker Jones here to, get some extra pops in here. Now, the one weird thing about these guys is they are usually inconsistent-ish. So if you're ever worried about not being able to pop the balloons or whatnot, definitely go for a Spike Factory or something to do cleanup in the backpack here. Once you get that Spike Factory, it should be smooth sailing for quite a while. When you're doing this strategy, I'm going to recommend a slightly higher Spike Factory than usual, probably all the way up to a Spike Balls, but it's kind of up to you. Upgrade it when you feel like it, and your main focus is going to be getting your mortar up to an artillery battery. This is going to be the god of all of your defense here. It is unbelievably powerful when you put him in a really nice central location like this. He'll pop literally everything, for at least a long time. Now, if you plan things stupendously, it should be an easy afford for an artillery battery. If not, though, make sure you get something else to support yourself. Consider getting your boomerang up to bottom path, but, didn't do that all that well here. So, we also have the ability to stun this guy, so we need a little extra time to defend here, to get our ability ready, or to just pop it. Make sure you're using all that to your advantage. Now we can give everybody camo detection as well, so we don't have to worry about that ever again. Of course, mortars can have camo detection, but do you really want to trust a mortar to be camo detection? I don't think so. At this point, even Moabs don't stand a chance against us. We don't even need to use our abilities. The artillery batteries just blast right through them. So for a long time here, it doesn't really matter what comes out against us. It's just done. Easy win. Camo detection, got a pop power here. Striker Jones is only going to make me more and more powerful over time. He's going to give us abilities that eventually make us even more powerful on top of that. Heck to the yeah. In addition, if we have something really bad happen where we start needing to actually micro here, we can easily just press this Striker Jones button to adjust where our guys are going to hit. But I don't know if that's really necessary. Just throwing it out there that it's a possibility. In case you're not sure if you should elk or not, you probably should. It's actually a really powerful combo here. Artillery battery shoots just fast enough to have the elk last a pretty good amount of time here before he needs to elk again. So we can go for the middle path or the top path, but you can really only use one elk per 1.5-ish artillery batteries. So usually I try to go for 2 elks for 3. That's kind of a combo here I like to try to go for, and it seems like it works out pretty well for me. A BFB, is it too beefy for our mortars? No. No abilities either. We got 3 of them, by the way. Well, technically 3 just artillery batteries, but this thing makes everything just that much more powerful. So, yeah. So far, so good. This is probably the first round that I'm like, this might not go well for us, but we've got artillery batteries to fix that for us. And we just unlocked the ability to get a pop and off. This guy got nerfed in a recent update, so this is not quite as unbelievable as it could be anymore. But it's still just pretty solid. As you can tell, 3 artillery batteries just buffing a little bit here, and like, I mean, even some of gods and stuff are just like not that big of a deal. So, I mean, if you're paying attention just like a tiny bit here. Oh, look at that, some balloons trying to sneak through. But we don't let them. We don't let them. Just let a Spike Factory in the back, bro. So let me finally show you guys a real wombo combo. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use your pop and all ability. You're going to want to use both artillery battery blast at the same time. That's going to make everybody activate all together here. Stun them, stall them, kill them, and then you can reset if you want to and use all those abilities again if you need to. Or just, just a little bit of something extra here if you really want. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to kind of deal with our biggest weakness, which is, again, the big balloons, the oh my gods, the reinforced oh my gods, the bad balloon eventually. And to deal with that, we're going to go for a middle path cannon. Unfortunately, he has also been nerfed in the most recent update, so we're dealing with 2 nerfed towers, but it still ends up being a really good strategy. Even this advanced map here is not going to be difficult for us. So once we get this thing, we can activate that ability as well. It is, admittedly, a little bit of an ability heavy strategy. Round 95 might be mildly tricky because DDTs are just weird, and this is a long-term thing, but if you use your abilities just right, you can definitely make it happen, no problem. I mean, artillery batteries can definitely still take them to DTs, and we didn't even have to use Striker Jones' ability here to increase not only the amount of abilities we can use, but also the extreme extra damage that we get by doing that. It is definitely absurd. Now, round 98 is a pretty big round, so definitely make sure you're using some of your... Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, wrong ability, wrong ability! Make sure you're using some of your abilities here to help yourself out a little bit. But you want to make sure you have most of them ready for round 99 again, because you're going to have a lot of DDT action come out here as well. So we're going to finish off with our last artillery battery here. Just take it down. We got at least a few things ready here for round 99. Alright, DDTs again coming in pretty hot-like. Then for the bad, you got to make sure you just mobile limit. Mobile limit to death, basically. Use all the abilities that you can or want to. Papano is kind of important here, so when you're ready, you can just go... if you don't have it available, specifically as you do on round 99, you can just reset, so we can go... Oh crap, I used the wrong ability again! Dang! Reset, ability, mobile reset everything, and we can still manage to take it down, even on a fairly short map like this. Even the bad balloon ends up being easy with the mortar ability combos. So this is a weird... another weird and unexpected strategy that still ends up working in the game. If you guys enjoyed, press that like button, subscribe, and have a super duper delicious day.